So hi, welcome to week 5 of your home practice and the second video DVD to guide you through a practice that you can do at home that builds on the sessions that we're doing in the actual course itself. So we're going to begin with some seated postures to begin with, some hip openers and other things. So just make sure that you're comfortable seated. You may want a block to sit on if that helps to support the spine, but otherwise just sitting comfortably cross-legged on the floor and then bringing the knees together, the feet on the floor, and just feeling the seat bones in contact with the floor. Extending the left leg down and bringing your right heel closer into the buttocks, just hugging around the shin on the right leg. Make sure that you're sitting on the seat bones and that you can feel your posture nice and upright. Feel grounded here, and then lift the right foot, sit back on the seat bones, balance a little, hugging that leg close into the body and just rock gently deep into the hip. So we're rocking the femur bone, the head of the femur, deep into the hip socket, and just rock there, gentle movements. You can even have your eyes closed as you do this if you like, or keep them open. Work with what feels right for you today. So a few gentle rocks. And then extend the lower leg out of the right leg and somehow just gently cradle your lower leg in your arms. So it may just be as much as this. The right knee just comes out, and the purpose is to get the low leg as close into the chest as you can, but make sure that it feels comfortable for your hip. Bringing that foot as close into the chest as is comfortable for you, making sure that you still sit upright and the spine is straight. And then just continue that rocking movement, easing the leg closer into the body. Your leg may be here, or it may be closer in. You can see if you can really just bring it in as comfortably close for you as possible. So you'll feel a stretch all the way down the outside of the right thigh and deep into the hip flexors. We're just working on loosening up and opening up the hips. And then bring the leg to the floor again, the foot on the floor, the knee slightly bent, and just interlace your fingers around the back of the thigh. Extend the leg a couple of times, breathing in, breathing out. To extend the knee, so take the knee through a full extension. And then Ardha Titali, so bring the foot onto the left thigh, hold, secure it with the hand, just allow the knee to flop out a little bit, and just working into some gentle presses. So as you breathe out, ease the knee down towards the floor, breathing in to lift, breathing out. So just do this 5 times. So you may only get your knee to somewhere like here, but over time the knee comes gently towards the floor as the hip opens. And no matter where your leg is, just say to yourself quietly, I am working on loosening the hips and the hip sockets, the deep hip flexors. I am working on loosening the deep hip flexors in the hip, and eventually I'll be able to get my knee down to the floor. 5 times, and then release the leg. Extend that leg out along the floor and just sit back on your hands. Just notice the difference between the 2 legs as one's been worked and the other hasn't. And then getting ready to do it on the left, bending the knee, hugging the knee close into the chest, and then lifting the foot up, sitting back, just to reach that point of balance. And just rock gently a few times. So we're just working into loosening that hip socket gently. And then bringing the low leg comfortably up, cradling it in the arms to a degree that you're happy with. Sitting up nice and tall. Remember to use a block if you need to. Cradling that leg comfortably close into the body, being mindful of the knee, keeping this foot flexed as well, which helps to protect the knee. So rather than having the foot straight, keep it flexed. and then just those gentle rocking movements. So you can feel it working deeper into the outside of the thighs, deep into the hip, and the hip adductor muscles too. And then release the foot, hook the hands under, let the knee be a little bit bent, and breathe in and extend, breathe out, relax, 3 times. Really take your knee through a full extension. And then Ardha Titali to really open the hips. So bring the foot gently onto the right thigh. Hold, secure the foot, and have the hand just resting on the left thigh. Breathing out, gently ease it down. Breathing in to lift. Breathing out, and just working gently with the breath 5 times, just to see if you can get your knee a little bit lower each time. So a little bit of pushing into the thigh, but not a huge force. So we're just slowly working with the breath. So breathing out and ease that knee down to the ground. Or not, you may be slightly higher, quite a bit higher. Working with the breath 5 times. Release the leg, extend that leg out along the floor and just have a rock on both heels. And then bring the legs to a cross-legged position. So we're just going to do a seated twist. Sitting up tall on the seat bones, using a block if you need to. Breathing in, bring the arms out straight. And as you breathe out, twist around to the right. So take your right hand behind you, your left hand to your right knee and twist, breathing out, breathing in to come back. And then the same to the left, breathing out, left hand behind you, right hand to left knee, look left, breathing in to centre. Do this 3 times to each side, really working into the twist a little bit more each time, breathing in and breathing out. You can use this arm to lever you round a little bit. Once more to each side. So really working into a full rotation of the spine, working again with the breath. Breathing out, bringing the hands down, just touch the ground and feel grounded. So we're going to continue with another rotation of the spine, but at the same time opening through the hips and the chest. So this is quite a nice flowing movement. So we're going to do it on the right first. So your left leg just stays comfortably bent. You can still be sitting on the block if you need the block or some support beneath the seat bones. So the left leg comfortably bent, as in cross-legged posture. And just lift your right knee up. We're going to just hold around the outside edge of the right foot here and have the left hand on the left knee. Sit up nice and tall. Nice deep in breath, and as you breathe out, open out the right leg, open out the left arm and look left, breathing out. Breathing in to come back to centre. Do that again, breathing out. Right leg opens, right left arm, look left. Breathing in, sitting up tall, breathing out, really open that right leg as far as you can, look left, really look behind you to the left hand, breathing in. Twice more, breathing out. So we're opening the shoulders, opening through the chest, breathing in. And once more, breathing out. So a little bit more each time, breathing in, back to centre. Get ready to do it on the other side. Notice how you feel. Notice where the body feels like it's working. So similarly, hook the hand around the left foot. Quite often it's quite nice to have the fingers hooked around the big toe or just somewhere comfortably around the foot. Hand on the right thigh. We're going to open out to the left, but we're going to look right with the arm. So take a nice breath in. And as you breathe out, open the leg and the arm, look around to your right, behind you, breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to do this 5 times. Breathing in, sitting up nice and tall each time, breathing out, leg open, arm open, look right behind you. And twice more, breathing out, breathing in. So we can feel it working in the abdomen, in the chest, so opening for the shoulders and a good stretch, working into the hamstrings and the rotation slightly through the spine too. So the next posture is from all fours. So we're going to begin with cat. So come to all fours kneeling, and the cat posture is one that you're very familiar with now. Just make sure your alignment is good, so the feet are flat on the floor, the knees hip width apart, the hands positioned below the shoulders, the head looking at the space between the 2 hands, and spread your fingers nice and wide. Nice flat back, breathe in. As you breathe out, arch up into the cat, tuck the tailbone under, the chin comes towards the chest, the eyes look between the knees. Breathing in this time, taking the belly down towards the floor, the navel down towards the floor, dipping the spine, arching the buttocks up, looking just slightly in front of you. Breathing out. Just keep this going in your own breath time, just for a few rhythms, warming up the spine. And then we're going to introduce a slightly different movement. So really feeling that ripple of movement all the way along the spine. The breath begins, the pelvic tilt follows, and then that ripple all the way along the spine up into the head. Keep the neck really long as you do this. And the next time you come to breathe out and arch up, and then take the buttocks back. Breathe in, sweep the left arm all the way back behind you to your foot, and as you breathe out, lift it up and down. And the same again. Taking a breath in here, breathe out, sweep the right arm behind you all the way to the right foot. Breathing in, lift up. Keep this going, breathing out. Take the heels, the buttocks back onto the heels, sweep the arm behind you to the foot. Breathing in, lift up, circle and rotate through the arm to spiral like a windmill. Breathing out, dragging the arm back. Breathing in, spiraling up. And just finishing off on the left. So there's really good work through the shoulders in this posture. And you can do that a couple more times if you wish to. And then back into Tadasana. Taking the buttocks onto the heels, taking the forehead to the floor, just having a little rest here. Not too long if you're feeling depressed, but this is a great posture for anxiety. Do it with the eyes closed. But don't hold it too long if you're feeling in a more depressed mood today. And then come back up to all fours. So from down dog, we're going to push up in from all fours kneeling, we're going to push up into down dog, curling the toes under. Pushing into the feet on the out breath, pushing the back of the hips up into the air, straightening through the arms. And then just starting to swing the hips a little bit from side to side, walking the hands towards the feet, really bending your knees, walking the feet a little bit if you need to, bending those knees to walk the hands towards the feet, into a very loose forward bend, and on an in-breath just roll up the spine, hands roll up the front of the legs, just roll up to standing, opening out the shoulders and the head. Coming to comfortable standing posture, remembering this posture of Tadasana, the balance of the feet about 2 inches apart, feeling the whole length of the feet in contact with the floor, the toes, the balls of the feet. Feeling tall, the knees soft, the tailbone long, so the pelvis in alignment, and the shoulder blades drawn down and into the back. of the body. And the head just resting lightly on the spine with the chin parallel. So for us to do it on the side, not that I'm saying I've got perfect posture, but it gives you an idea of the alignment. So we have a tendency to poke our heads forwards. Sometimes we have a tendency for sway back. And sometimes we have a tendency to try and upright ourselves. I'm exaggerating here. But we're looking for alignment of the pelvis, the knees soft, so the hips are aligned with the ankles, the shoulder blades drawn down and into the back, and the head resting lightly on top of the spine, the chin parallel. So we're looking for a plumb line of the body from the ear, through the shoulder, through the middle of the hip, and then through and out the middle of the ankle. Ultimately, by practicing yoga, this is a posture that will become more natural for you. And from here, bring the hands together in front of the body, interlace the fingers. Breathe in and lift, just a couple of times, just lifting the arms. In a minute, we're just going to allow the heels to raise, like so we can lift up onto our toes, breathing in, breathing out. And the next time you do it, breathing in, lift up the heels, coming up onto the tiptoes, keeping the eyes focused on that soft point on the floor, breathing out and down, bringing the heels back to the floor. I want you to do that 4 more times, breathing in, lift up, lifting those heels and breathing out, lowering them back down to the floor, keeping a little bit of awareness and tension in the abdominal area, the core strength which will keep you up and balanced, soft focus on that drishti point on the floor, and breathing out. Do this in your own breath time, of course. Don't worry about synchronizing with me. I might have a slower or a faster breath than you. Feeling the work into the shoulders as you lift the arms. And 1 more time. And then release the hands, have a little shake out. So to continue the lovely focus work that the balance postures do on the mind, we're going to work into tree today in this home practice. So Tadasana, tree posture. So again, get to that standing balanced posture. Shift your weight onto your right leg, so your right leg, and come up onto the tiptoes of the left foot. Turn the left leg out at the femur, so the femur turns out in the socket, and bring the heel of the left foot onto the ankle of the right. Bring the hands together in the kind of prayer position, I guess, and push the back of the thumbs into the chest. Breathe here. Remember that drishti point, that point of focus on the floor, keeping the posture in alignment. And if you feel balanced here, you may want to just raise the foot to place it against the calf of the leg. Hold this for as long as is comfortable, because it's building good strength in the legs and good focus and balance of mind. And if you want to, depending on your practice today, you can even allow the arms just to lift up and open out like a tree. Or you may just want to keep them in the heart centre. Coming out of this whenever you need to. Releasing the foot, releasing the hands. And just have a little shake out. So do the same on the right side. Balancing on the left leg. Get grounded first in Tadasana. Shift onto the left leg, up onto the toes of the right foot, and turn the right thigh out. Balance against the ankle. Bring the hands into the heart centre. And breathing deeply into the body. Feeling calm, balanced, relaxed. A little bit of tension in the abdominal muscles. Just to keep the body upright. And that drishti point, that focus point on the floor. And if you feel balanced, allow that foot to float up against the calf. Holding this posture for as long as is comfortable for you. You can let the arms float up, keep the hands soft. So the arms are like the branches of a tree, just allow them to float up, arms wide. Or keeping the hands in the heart centre. Balance here, coming out of it whenever you are ready. And noticing how you feel, how the body feels, how the body feels from the inside, how the postures affect us. What are you thinking? What are you feeling right now? And then take the legs a little wider. Bring the arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down, Kati Chakrasana, standing twist. So we're familiar with this posture. We're going to twist around to the right first. So let's just get the arms in position first. Take your left hand to your right shoulder and take your right arm and just sweep it around and just hook it around your waist. Breathe in and lift, and breathe out and twist around to the right. Breathe in and come back to centre. So we start that movement on a dynamic fluid movement, breathing out, arms to the left, turn left, breathing in, up and centre, breathing out, twist right, breathing in and up, breathing out, twist left. Once more to each side. Working with the breath, moving into the twist as much as fits you, and one more for good luck each side. Breathing in and breathing out into the twist. Breathing it in, come back to centre, and breathing out and lower. So we need to take a slightly wider stance to work into Trikonasana as the next posture. So take the legs about leg width apart, so comfortably wide distance. As you do that, just make sure that your tailbone stays long so we don't have a tendency to sway back as we take the legs wide. Tailbone stays long, pelvis is in alignment and upright. Feel the feet in contact with the floor. We're going to do triangle to the right first. So turn your right foot out 90 degrees. It's really a movement in the hip joint. So the leg turns out, the body stays forwards. And just scoot the toes of the left foot slightly forwards of the heel. Body is long and tall. The hands lift up. Breathe in and lift through the spine. And as you breathe out, turn the head to look down at the right outstretched arm. Breathe in and lift. And as you breathe out, just side bend the hand down onto the leg. Keep the head looking down. Allow the left arm to float up so that the arms are in a straight line. Your right hand is supported on your right leg, but your left arm is pointing up with the palm facing forwards. Keep your head looking down. Breathe in and out here and come up on an in-breath. Breathing in, bend that knee a little if you need to, lift up, releasing the arms. So we're going to do that 3 times. Breathing in, breathing out, turn the head, breathing in, lift, breathing out, side bend, right hand onto right leg, left arm up, breathing in and out here. Take this left shoulder back, left hip back. Breathing in and up, breathing out and down. And once more, breathing in, out, in and lift, out and down. Supporting the posture with your right hand. You know, your right hand may be more on the thigh or on the lower shin. Left arm lifts up. Feel the opening in the chest. Keep the head looking down or a little bit forwards maybe. But really lift up through that left arm, palm facing forwards. Breathe in to come up. Out to down. Turn the feet forwards and step the feet together. Notice how you feel. Any thoughts, any feelings going on? How is it changing for you? And then we're going to do the same to the left. So again, that comfortably wide stance. If you're quite new to yoga and still feeling a little bit inflexible, it might be quite a narrow stance like this, and slightly wider if you're feeling a bit stronger. So whatever is right for you. Turning the left foot out 90 degrees, so it's more of a movement at the hip socket. Scooting the toes of the right foot just a little bit forwards of the heel. The body is still pretty much facing forwards, arms by the side. Breathe in, lift the arms. Breathe out, turn the head to look down at the left hand. Breathe in, lengthen through the spine, and as you breathe out, side bend down, taking the left hand onto the left leg, somewhere comfortable. The right arm stays up, the head looking down. Breathe in and out here. And breathe in to lift up, out and down. I'm going to do that 3 times. In, out, in and lift, out and down. Supporting the left hand on the left leg. Taking it to a comfortable position for your body. Breathing in and out. And breathing in to lift up, out and down. And one more. Breathing in to lift, and out and down. Right arm all the way up, nice and straight, so both arms are in a straight line. Palm facing forwards. Breathing in and out. And come up on an in-breath, bending that knee if you need to. Breathing out and down, turning the feet forwards and stepping the feet together. So coming back down to the floor, just to finish off with a few lying postures. So we're going to do the bridge posture, Dvipadapittam to begin with. So bend the legs at the knees and just ease your back down onto the floor. So elbows down onto the floor, spine, head, keeping that neck long, so inclining your chin ever so slightly towards your chest. And then bringing your heels comfortably close in to your buttocks. Just feeling the body and its contact with the floor before you begin any movement. So the palms are facing down. The neck is really long. We're going to be lifting up to bring the chest towards the chin. And the feet and the knees are hip width apart. So don't have them too wide and don't have them rigidly together, because that will put a bit of pressure that you don't want on your knees. So bring them to hip width apart and bring the heels comfortably close into the buttocks. Feel your shoulders in contact with the floor. Feel the back of the hips in contact with the floor. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push into the feet and start to lift the hips up into the air. Lift the torso and the thighs into a straight line. Rest here. And on an in-breath, see if you can just lift up a little bit more, pushing into the feet. Both feet in full contact with the floor. And the chest comes towards the chin. Breathing out and gently release back down. Easing the spine back down to the floor, vertebra by vertebra. And just coming up as high as you're comfortable with. You can do that twice more. So to begin with, nice deep breath in. And we're going to push up on the out breath, pushing into the feet. Keep those feet really solidly in contact with the floor, the big toes, keep them pinned down. Lifting the chest up towards the chin. As you lift the spine off the floor, lift the back of the hips up into the air. Take a breath in here, see if you can lift a little higher, or don't worry if you can't. And then breathe out and release all the way back down. Lowering the spine vertebra by vertebra onto the floor, back of the hips onto the floor. One more, breath in, breathing it out, push into the feet, keep those feet grounded, big toes grounded. 2 foot support bridge, this is called, so feel the support of the 2 feet as you press the body up into the air on the out breath. See if you can breathe in and just lift up a little bit more, just take a breath in here, that's fine. and then breathing out, just lower all the way down. So you can do this with the eyes closed or open. Resting the body back down onto the floor. And then take one thigh over the chest, the other thigh over the chest. Hold the hands around the back of the knees. And just have a little rock from side to side, keeping those elbows in. Gently massaging the back of the sacrum. Little rock back to front if you want to. And then getting ready to push up once more to seated. Ease up to the seated posture, just to enjoy a seated twist. So we want to do the seated twist with the legs out straight. So I'll just do this side on so that you can see the movement. So extend the legs out along the floor. Do use a block if you need one. You know, the block, you can just sit on the block and support the body if you need one. Certainly if you have tight hamstrings, if you find it difficult to sit up with the back straight. Hands on the floor. Bend the right leg at the knee and just bring that leg comfortably close into the body. So the foot is kind of parallel with the left knee. And we're going to twist around to the right. So just start to let that happen. Move all of this lovely padding out of the way so you can just twist around to the right. Hug your left arm around your right knee. Bring your right hand to the floor in front of you. The head looking forwards. Keep this left leg engaged, so point the toes of the left foot up. Breathe in, lift the arm, and as you breathe out, twist around to the right, to where you can get to, and then drop that hand behind you, bringing the heel of the hand close into the body. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, twist. Try and twist from the bottom of the spine through the midribs, and then turn the head to look over the right shoulder. Breathe in, lift here, and breathe out, twist and twist a little bit more. And then we're going to come back. So breathe in, lift the arm. Breathe out, turn all the way back to the front. Ease that leg out gently, have a little rock. Notice how you feel. Bend the left leg to do the same on the left. So again, the right arm just hooks around that left leg, somewhere comfortable. The lower arm can drop down the side of the thigh. Just start to turn to twist to the left, and the left hand on the floor. Right toes point up just to engage this right leg. Breathe in, look forwards as you lift the arm. Breathe out, rotate all the way around to the left, dropping the arm. So bringing the heel of the hand comfortably close into the body so this arm acts as a support for the spine. Breathe in, lift, and as you breathe out, twist a little bit more around to the left. Breathe in, lengthen and lift. Breathe out, twist. And breathe in, lift the arm. Breathing out, bringing it all the way back around to the front. Release the leg. And have a little rock, noticing how you notice. The twists are great for warming the body and great for kind of wringing out the nervous system. So a very good balancing posture for the nervous system. So we're going to do the last posture, which is a supported Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So kind of shoulder stand bridge, but supported with a chair. So just make sure you have a chair comfortably ready to practice this posture. So supported Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, or shoulder stand. This is a posture that you can practice on its own at any point. It's a very, very good practice for helping us to change our mood and rebalance us. So ideally, have a chair that you can pop your legs through without them getting blocked by anything, and at the right kind of height that will support your body. Another nice way to move into this is to have a block or a cushion or a rolled blanket here just to support the back of the hips. What we're going to do is to bring the body so that we can just start to ease the legs onto the support of the chair as we take the back of the hips onto this block. So just needs a little bit of fine adjustment of things. So make sure that the block is really underneath the back of your hips so that it feels comfortable and is supporting you, or the blanket or the cushion, whatever it is you have here. And make sure that your low legs can just rest comfortably on the chair, that they have enough space to do that, and that you feel supported by the chair. When you're happy with that, bring the arms overhead, nice and loosely, bending the elbows, so having them nice and loose, having the elbows bent, and you can just rest here with the eyes closed or the eyes open. And you may want to rest here for a while. We're going to take 5 or 6 breaths for this video anyway. But at any point you know that you can pause this video and just rest in this posture. Release the hips, allow the thigh bones to sink deep into the hip sockets as you just release the legs into the support of the chair. Feel the weight of the back of the hips supported by the blanket or the block. Little by little, just letting go. Let go in the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades in contact with the floor. Feel the arms heavy on the floor. The back of the head heavy. The chin inclined towards the chest. Soften the face, soften the jaw. Feel the abdomen soft. Soften through the pelvic area, the pelvic floor. Really release into the perineum and the pelvic floor area of the body, and the abdomen. Soften and let go. Breathing slowly and deeply as you've been learning to do into the belly. Even feeling the subtle opening in the area of the pelvic floor as you breathe in deeply and softly into the body. This is an inversion. The legs are higher than the heart. It is great for increasing blood flow to the brain. It stimulates the baroreceptors in the neck, which are intimately tied to the vagus nerve, and stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, bringing us into a deep state of relaxation, but having a very therapeutic effect on the brain, stimulating the mood centres of the brain so that the feel-good hormones, the endorphins, are released, the stress response is calmed, and we begin to feel pretty good. So you can rest here for as long as you think this posture is going to benefit you today. But for the sake of this video, we're going to come out of it. So bringing the arms back down by the sides of the body, bending the knees over the body, and probably the best way to come out of it is just to gently roll over to one side, and from here just pushing up to a seated posture. And notice how this posture makes you feel at the end of the practice. So now is the time to do the breathing exercises and the meditation or other homework that you have as part of your sequence today after the practice. The physical practice, the asana practice, has now finished. Namaste.